and welcome to Core for Coffee. But let's just begin now. It's a minute past, so we'll just start to move, and we can just do some hip circles. And the other way. So as always, we'll do a front body, a side body, and a back body segment in different proportions. It's not always in the same order. Okay, knees. You can be like a drunk skier who is kind of got his knees everywhere. And the other way. And let's sit in a squat, if it's okay to sit in a squat. Let's lift halfway up and sit down and bounce a little bit around, doing a little squat dance. Somebody's coming in. Great. Lift halfway up, lift the toes, heels. Lower down the heels and sit. Bounce a little bit around. And again, lift halfway up, lift the heels, and maybe do a little flow of maybe 5 times lifting and lowering the heels. And sit down, bounce a little bit around. You can push out your knees, wake up your body. And you can lift your hips, shake your legs. And slowly keeping your wrists far out in front, walk into a plank. And walk back. You can decide if you want to walk back to a squat or to a forward fold. That's up to you. Out to a plank, add a shoulder push-up or 3. Straight elbows, pushing back. Walking out again. Shoulder push-ups. And you can also add maybe a push-up here. So let's go on the knees if you want. And keep narrow elbows, lower up and down. 3 to 5 times. You can also be right on the toes if you're an amazing push-upper already. And walk back to a short squat. One more time. And shoulders. And push-ups on the knees or on the toes. And let's finish this time. Come back to plank on the toes and do some shoulder taps. This one where you tap your own shoulders one at a time. And let's crawl back. Excellent. We'll just do one more. I realize the shoulders are maybe getting tired. Let's come forward. Let's do one of each. Shoulder push-up, normal push-up, couple of shoulder taps, and then we finish with going on to the elbows and going on to the hands. You can take rest at any point, and we'll do maybe 12 of these. Commando crawl, surviving in the jungle. We have to stay low, the smoke is over our heads. That's why we go onto the elbows. Okay, lie on the belly, stretch. Good job. Quite tough warm up maybe. You can also twist. Okay, let's come into sitting. So okay, we start now, but I'll start a timer in a moment. Sit like this. That is all. Sit like this. We'll do different things and have fun, but just sit like that. And this is our front body segment where we're going to be here for something like 3 minutes total. And we're going to do, let's say, 2.5 minutes from now. So let's try and straight one leg at a time. See how that feels? And this is a great exercise because at any point you can take rest. And if we want to do some of the hard exercises, one of them is to have straight legs and kind of pulse closer to yourself, like navasana in yoga. And you can also try that with spread legs. And you can try and let it go somehow. A nice way to rest actually is to go a little bit onto one butt, and that will be more on the side. It will change the angles, and I think we're about halfway. So to be honest, this is up to you how to make it into a core exercise. You can also roll onto the back and pull up again. You can try and eat your big toe with one side or the other. But you're not allowed to hold the hands on the knees, by the way. That's not how we rest. Either go onto the side or just put your feet down for a moment. You can play little games with giving yourself high fives at different points in the space. How are we doing? Let's say we're over 2 minutes on the timer, so we should be hitting 3 minutes soon enough. Hope you guys are doing well. Should be nice and tough. Try and keep the quality high here towards the end. Ding, 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 break. Woo. So this is quite simple, huh? So if you want a core thing during your day or an active break, here's an idea. Just sit on your butt for 3 minutes. So simple. If you want to counter stretch, feel free for a moment to do something like this maybe. Lifting your pockets forward. So let's go to the back side of the body. Coming into standing, again you can shake out your legs once again. Okay, let's roll up to standing. Bend your knees, fold forward. And standing in this forward fold position, try and tilt your hips. So rounding the back and arching the back. How does that feel like in this position? So this is definitely a core exercise. We're going to repeat what we did last week, circles and warrior 3. And it was so hard last week that everybody got completely surprised, me included. You can take a rest, friends. So the idea that we're going to do is we're going to take our arms out in front like this, like you're grabbing a big ball over the head. And I guess easier version is just to keep the hands down on your hips or out to the sides. What we're going to do is just make big circles with the head. Then after that we do this exercise where we do the sprinter and lift into warrior 3. Let's do 3 rounds. Let's do the same as last time. So we do 5, 4, 3, a drop set. Okay? So getting ready in the forward fold, arms up or arms down. And we do this circle, 5 circles in one direction. Lifting this big ball around in an elegant circle. You can have bent legs or straight legs. Other direction. 5 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come onto one leg in the sprinter, forward folding. All the weight is just on the standing leg. Lift into warrior 3 and lower down. So on the top of the warrior 3 you can have a straight leg, you can lift your chest forward. 3, 4, and last one, 5. Other leg. Maybe a good idea just to shake it out in between sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reaching the arms overhead. Now we do everything only 4 times. 1. And I'm starting to feel it. 3 and 4. Other direction. 1, 2. If you lose the quality with the arms up, please take the arms down. And that was 4. Sprinter, warrior 3. 1, 2. Bending and straightening the leg. 3, 4. Other side. 1, 2. I wish I could hear you guys right now. 3, 4. And we have a last round. So only 3 repetitions. Let's go. 1. Bent legs or straight legs. 2, 3. Other direction. 1. Arms up or arms down. 2, 3. 3 reps on each side. And then we're done with this crazy segment. 1, 2, 3. Other side. 1, 2, 3. And you can curl up into a little ball and protect yourself from more pain. Yeah, just take a moment to stretch or recover. Take a sip of water maybe. Excellent, friends. Jesus. Let's see what time it is. Yes, we still have 14 minutes left. Excellent. So we got the hard boring stuff out of the way, or maybe you find the rest of it also hard, but it will be a little bit more qualitative. I would rather want you to focus on good technique here on the last exercises. And they will be the Copenhagen side plank and a regular old side plank. So I'll just take a moment to demonstrate the exercise. The one that requires the most gear is this Copenhagen side plank. You need a chair, preferably where your legs can come under the chair. It can also be a sofa or something. So, And the reason why we have this set up, I'll just demonstrate different variations, is the most easy version. You come really nice and close, and I have my knee on top of the support. And this is very safe for the knee. Let's see, elbow, depending on the height of your chair, you're on the elbow or on the hand. So this exercise, the bottom leg can do this dynamic movement up and down, or it can just hang out. Again, I'm just demoing, you can figure out your setup right now. The harder version is to come more away. For example, in the end, only putting your foot on the thing. And then there will be more of a sideways pressure on your knee. So it's important to tense your thigh and protect the knee and listen to your pain signals. So don't overdo this, okay? Rather go in and have your knee nice and protected, okay? My idea is that we will try the exercise out on one side, and then we're just going to exit and go straight into a side plank, doing exactly the reverse, pushing the legs apart. Then we're going to come back in and do squeezing legs together. And we'll do that for 3 rounds. So it's a superset of inner thighs and outer hips. And I would say for 3 rounds, let's kind of do it together, but I want you to do the number of reps that feels okay for you. So quality more than quantity. Let's give it a try. So I'm starting out on my left side. We're gonna come in, lift off, and we're not spending any more than 30 seconds on this. Keeping a nice constant tension as possible. It shouldn't be so hard that you cannot do it for at least 20 seconds. And we're going. We're training, we're moving, we're doing it. If this is your first time, this is just about getting to know the exercise, no stress. And let's change to side plank on the same side. Here you can be on the knee, is the easier version, and it's still super tough. You can also be in the full grown-up side plank, which is really no joke, this exercise. So if it doesn't feel comfortable, that one, please stay on your knee. So we're just kind of supporting each other here in our side plank ambitions. So I'm gently going to start second round. And yeah, remember you can also mix the intensity. If you find it too easy, remember to adjust. Second round, beginning, on my part at least. So focus on quality, nice slow movements, keeping your hip a little bit forward. Many people, they tend to bend the hips in the side plank. And this will definitely be also hard for the shoulder, huh? We're on the same shoulder for all 3 rounds. So also take note of that, and you can take any rest you need. Side plank. And remember, really just take the rest you need. Maybe you can even support a little bit on the ground with the other hand. Can be a little assist. Okay, so we're moving into last round on this side. Wow, it's tough on the shoulder. Again, sometimes we do things I haven't tried before, and this particular superset I haven't tried before, so we're learning together. Coming into the last round. Push that floor away. Copenhagen side plank. It's called that because many studies in Denmark have been about this exercise. Crawling a bit around. Last side plank. I would rather that you do a small movement here, keep the toes pointing to the side, than doing a big rotation of your hip. Take rest. So that was 3 rounds. Yeah, just reflecting out loud, I noticed it's quite tough on the shoulder to do this. So that's what I'm observing. I'll just switch sides. I like to point my foot, but you can also flex it. What I don't want is that you use too much momentum and just kind of skip the hard part. Really lift to your limit, and let's enjoy being kind of stuck right there. So it's a certain attitude. Obviously you won't just suddenly enjoy it, but let's bend the knee and continue. See what it, and every time you bend the knee, try and keep it high. Lift that knee high. So you know your hip can actually do it, but it just can't do it with a straight leg yet. Straight the standing leg. 10 more seconds. Keep a lift around your spine. Tall feeling. Time. Switch. I like to point my foot, but you can also flex it. What I don't want is that you use too much momentum and just kind of skip the hard part. Really lift to your limit, and let's enjoy being kind of stuck right there. So it's a certain attitude. Obviously you won't just suddenly enjoy it, but let's bend the knee and continue. See what it, and every time you bend the knee, try and keep it high. Lift that knee high. So you know your hip can actually do it, but it just can't do it with a straight leg yet. Straight the standing leg. 10 more seconds. Keep a lift around your spine. Tall feeling. Time. So now we go to the sides. Stand with stable hips and lift out to the side. So I'm not side crunching like a side plank. It's like an external rotation of the thigh. If you haven't tried this before, also can be quite a little bit demoralizing because it's so tough and weird and hard. 30 seconds passed, bend your leg. Bend and straight. You can use your hands to kind of hold your belly, or to feel, am I feeling like this is good posture? Doesn't matter how high the leg comes. Keep the standing leg and your upper body integrated. 10 more seconds. Time. Other side. Last round. Lifts. Lidt langsommere, Lene. You can imagine lifting your heel, not your pinky toe or your little toe. I don't think you say pinky toe, but there you go. 5 more seconds. And the leg is not really lifting at all, it seems. Okay, bent leg, let's go. And you don't need to overly tense anywhere, but just keeping yourself upright in this position really requires a lot. Good, so keep that lift, keep a long neck. Straight legs. 5 seconds. So tough. And ending where we started, let's sit in a squat and just breathe deeply. We've done the work. So let's just recover, try and take a deep inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. You can stay here for another 5 breaths, or maybe come into a child's pose as a final kind of cool down. So thank you very much for joining Core for Coffee this morning, and I'll just end the video.